When the popular male star appeared on the red carpet, he encountered an unidentified woman who aggressively interviewed the film industry tycoon with extreme methods. He immediately transformed into a righteous figure, pulling the woman into a dance, attempting to discreetly lead her away. Unexpectedly, the woman pushed him away, causing him to lose his balance and slide down the stairs, his pants ripping open on the spot. Lim Hyun-joon, who worked at a printing factory, was once a highly successful actor with a bright future 15 years ago. During filming, he fell in love with his co-star, and the two quickly became deeply involved. Soon after, their private date was caught by reporters. To protect her image and career, his girlfriend begged Lim Hyun-joon to plead with the reporters for leniency. When the reporters refused to compromise, she lied, claiming they had only briefly dated during filming and had already broken up by the time the drama ended, and that Lim Hyun-joon was the one obsessively pursuing her. Shocked that his girlfriend would betray her conscience and their relationship for her future, Lim Hyun-joon ultimately chose to let her go under her desperate pleas. He even took the blame, kneeling to beg the reporters to stop the exposé. After this incident, he completely withdrew from the entertainment industry and settled for a job at the printing factory. Unexpectedly, the factory received an order to print scripts for a female actor who turned out to be Lim Hyun-joon's ex-girlfriend. To make matters more coincidental, the task of delivering the script to his ex-girlfriend fell on him. After handing over the script with his cap pulled low, he turned to leave immediately. As he walked downstairs, relieved he hadn't been recognized, his ex-girlfriend suddenly appeared, demanding to know why he was there. She bluntly said he shouldn't have come, knowing she was there, and even mocked him for deliberately dressing shabbily to make her feel guilty. Lim Hyun-joon never expected his ex-girlfriend, who had navigated the entertainment industry, to become so callous and selfish. On his way home, he couldn't help but complain about her ruthlessness to himself when a drunk stranger suddenly appeared in the back seat. Startled, he questioned the woman's identity and why she was in his car. In a daze, she insisted she had been kidnapped and rambled incoherently while dialing the police. Both were taken to the police station. The police reviewed the dashcam footage, which clearly showed the woman voluntarily entering Lim Hyun-joon's car. Feeling guilty but unwilling to back down, she demanded the footage continue playing, insisting Lim Hyun-joon might have pretended not to notice her in the back seat. Lim Hyun-joon agreed to play the rest to clear his name, but he forgot the latter part of the video was filled with him scolding his ex-girlfriend. "Always with that long, straight hair, and equally terrible acting," he had said. The stranger, coincidentally also with long, straight black hair, took the unspoken insults personally. The police agreed with her assessment and mediated, ruling it a case of wrong car and venting through insults, effectively canceling out. As Lim Hyun-joon prepared to leave, the stranger suddenly banged her head against the wall, sobbing and calling herself an idiot for killing someone and almost framing an innocent man. The woman, Wi Jeong-sin, was a journalist investigating a case linked to a congressman. The congressman's assistant, who was supposed to meet her with a scoop, had died unexpectedly before their meeting, with a suicide note found at the scene, ruling out foul play. Wi Jeong-sin remained convinced the assistant was murdered by the congressman and vowed to uncover the truth. The congressman's secretary later arrived with a stack of money, urging her to drop the case, but she threw the money into an ice bucket, drank the contents, and smashed the bucket, vowing to continue. It was due to this excessive drinking that she mistakenly entered Lim Hyun-joon's car. Now that the misunderstanding was resolved, the emotionally drained Wi Jeong-sin, still under the influence, moved by her distress, Lim Hyun-joon bought her hangover medicine and encouraged her to stay strong. Grateful, Wi Jeong-sin handed him her business card, telling him to contact her if he ever needed help. Lim Hyun-joon didn't take this little incident to heart. After returning to the printing factory, he continued working diligently. Unexpectedly, a customer who came to complain about a script printing error would alter his fate. This customer was a soon-to-graduate college student, preparing to shoot their graduation film. Upon discovering a typo in the script, they immediately came to have it corrected. Dutifully, Lim Hyun-joon fixed the issue. The aspiring director recognized him as a former actor and thought he'd be perfect for the role of a detective in the script, enthusiastically inviting him to play the lead. Though Lim Hyun-joon, who hadn't acted in years, initially refused, the director persisted, pleading and cajoling him. A co-worker at the factory, who was also his former agent, advised him that this low-budget indie film was just a graduation project and wouldn't gain much attention, suggesting he treat it as a hobby. Still harboring a lingering love for acting, Lim Hyun-joon eventually agreed to take the role. He had thought he could just go through the motions, but the rookie director turned out to be extremely strict, making him retake scenes for the slightest imperfection. During filming, He wanted to quit multiple times, but the director always managed to pull him back into character. By the end, he couldn't tell if he was Lim Hyun-joon, the printing factory worker, or the detective in the story. He had assumed filming would end, and life would return to normal. But the film's release was unexpectedly successful. He became a sensation overnight playing the detective, leading to a second and third season. After years away from the entertainment industry, Lim Hyun-joon made a triumphant return. Fame brought endless endorsement deals and the luxurious life of a top star. But what frustrated him was that everyone only remembered him as the detective, even forgetting his real name. He craved a career shift, wanting to try other roles. But producers, directors, and his agent urged him to continue with the next season of the detective series. At first, he thought they were considering his future, planning to support his transition after building enough clout. But he later overheard the producer and director talking in the restroom, learning that the only roles he was being offered were mediocre supporting parts. At his age, no one was casting him in romantic comedies or love stories. Feeling frustrated, Lim Hyun-joon was suddenly interrupted by a woman in a dress who burst into his bathroom stall. The woman was Wi Jeong-sin, a political journalist he had encountered before. Known as a warrior for justice, she had fearlessly reported on explosive political stories for years. During a recent undercover operation, she was discovered and sought refuge in the men's restroom to escape pursuit. Without waiting for Lim Hyun-joon to react, she stepped on his head to climb out the window, even asking him to hand her his shoes. Before leaving, she quickly shared her phone number, hoping he would contact her for an apology. Back at the newspaper, Wi Jeong-sin demanded her boss publish the footage she had obtained, but the boss, fearing repercussions from powerful figures, ordered her to drop the story. She was also reassigned from the political to the entertainment desk. Outraged, Wi Jeong-sin refused to accept this and went to an awards ceremony to confront the chairman, demanding the decision be reversed. As she pushed through the crowd to get to him, she pulled open her jacket to reveal her recording device. At that moment, Lim Hyun-joon, who was walking the red carpet, mistook her actions for a threat, assuming she was reaching for a weapon. Trained from playing a detective, he quickly grabbed her and started dancing with her to inspect her hands. Only when he realized it was just a recorder did he freeze in place, only to be shoved away by Wi Jeong-sin. He lost his balance, slid down the stairs, and fell to the ground, his pants ripping open to reveal his underwear. The embarrassing scene of Lim Hyun-joon exposing his red underwear on the red carpet was captured by countless flashlights. The photos spread wildly online, and the red underwear incident quickly became a new topic of public amusement. Seeing the ridicule and mockery online, Lim Hyun-joon was filled with regret, wishing he hadn't worn such eye-catching red underwear that day. His already pent-up anger grew when his agent called a meeting with collaborators to discuss the next season's script. Unable to hold back any longer, Lim Hyun-joon pulled the agent aside and firmly stated that after 4 seasons, he no longer wanted to be typecast as the same character. The agent reluctantly handed him a romantic drama script, informing him that the director had only offered him a minor role, a dead ex-boyfriend who appears in 3 scenes before getting the box. Frustrated, Lim Hyun-joon blamed the detective role for limiting his career options and demanded the agent issue a statement, refusing any further involvement in the role. During a business trip, he had a nightmare where he was still playing the same character in old age, jolting awake in terror and startling the man sitting next to him. A passenger then approached, asking for an autograph for a daughter who was a big fan. Just as Lim Hyun-joon felt a surge of pride, the passenger quickly clarified that the daughter actually admired a retired baseball player, Lee Jae-hyung, who was also present. Lee Jae-hyung calmly took the autograph book and signed it, leaving Lim Hyun-joon mortified. After landing, Lim Hyun-joon was pushed aside by a crowd of fans, which the agent explained were fans of a current top male star. In the chaos, Lim Hyun-joon noticed a woman struggling in the crowd, seemingly calling for help. It was Wi Jeong-sin, who had just been transferred to the entertainment desk after the red underwear incident. Soon after, Wi Jeong-sin received her first assignment in the entertainment division, to meet and interview the top male star at the airport. To complete the task, she pushed through the crowded fan group, accidentally colliding with the star. Before she could react, jealous fans grabbed her and dragged her out of the crowd. Outnumbered, Wi Jeong-sin spotted Lim Hyun-joon on the outskirts and called for help, but he didn't recognize her, and quickly left with his agent to avoid the chaos. Wi Jeong-sin failed to interview the star, and her clothes were torn. Just as she was upset, she saw a fan being pushed down by the star's bodyguard. She rushed to help the fan up, scolded the bodyguard, and demanded an apology, saying such behavior embarrassed the artist. This scene was witnessed by Lee Jae-young, who had been on the same flight as Lim Hyun-joon earlier. Impressed by her courage, Lee Jae-hyung picked up her fallen bag and returned it, reminding her to check for missing items. As Wi Jeong-sin thanked him, a group of girls approached the same fans who had dragged her away earlier. Mistaking them for attackers, she grabbed Lee Jae-hyung and ran. Cornered on the second floor, she shielded Lee Jae-hyung, saying she'd take responsibility for the trouble. To her surprise, the lead fan thanked her, explaining the pushed fan was her friend, and praised Wi Jeong-sin for standing up to the bodyguard. Blushing at the unexpected praise, Wi Jeong-sin suddenly remembered her unfinished interview and rushed off. Lee Jae-hyung picked up her dropped ID card, but she was already gone. Unbeknownst to Wi Jeong-sin, Lee Jae-hyung was a retired baseball player returning to Korea to become the new president of her newspaper. Returning home, Wi Jeong-sin saw the viral video of her and Lim Hyun-joon on the red carpet and finally recognized him as the man who had refused to help her at the airport that day. Her brother, a fan of Lim Hyun-joon, excitedly introduced him as the actor who had become famous overnight for playing the detective, a benchmark in the industry with 0 negative reviews. However, Wi Jeong-sin was full of complaints, believing her transfer to the entertainment division was all Lim Hyun-joon's fault and secretly viewing him as a jinx. Due to the failed airport interview, Wi Jeong-sin was scolded by her editor-in-chief, as their newspaper was the only one that hadn't gotten a photo of the top male star, drawing ridicule from competitors. Knowing she was at fault, she listened obediently, but immediately volunteered to interview Lim Hyun-joon when the assignment was given, hoping to make up for her mistake. When Lim Hyun-joon saw that the interviewer was Wi Jeong-sin, he finally remembered who she was but still thought she was a hostess pretending to be a reporter. It wasn't until his agent called the newspaper to verify her credentials that he reluctantly sat down for the interview. However, Wi Jeong-sin had done no prior research and hadn't even watched the show. In reality, Lim Hyun-joon had only acted in one movie a long time ago and the detective series. After just a few questions, Lim Hyun-joon realized, as a journalist, Wi Jeong-sin hadn't bothered to look up his background and unilaterally ended the interview. Wi Jeong-sin was scolded by her editor again as a result. Furious with Lim Hyun-joon, she dragged her brother to dig into his past. They found that 3 years earlier, he had used many matching items with a female actress, leading Wi Jeong-sin to conclude they had been in a relationship. The next day, news resurfacing Lim Hyun-joon's past romance with the actress made headlines. Furious, Lim Hyun-joon accused Wi Jeong-sin of revenge. Unaware she had only collected materials, it was the editor who published the story in her name. In retaliation, Lim Hyun-joon publicly banned Wi Jeong-sin from his interviews and had her removed from an event. Wi Jeong-sin, enraged, wrote an article about his diva behavior, but was later bombarded by his fans' messages, though the editor praised her for generating buzz. That night, the editor took them to dinner to reconcile, but they argued and left in a huff. The editor scolded Wi Jeong-sin for being reckless and emotional, urging her to understand her target better. Meanwhile, Lim Hyun-joon fumed over Wi Jeong-sin's insults, then received a call from a director inviting him to a friendly match. On the court, he focused on winning, forgetting to impress the director until reminded he then deliberately fed the director the ball. Pleased, the director offered him a role in a romance drama, but it was a minor part, citing his damaged image from recent scandals. Lim Hyun-joon blamed Wi Jeong-sin again, not realizing she was watching his show. She had started skeptically, but was hooked by his acting, binge-watching all 4 seasons. The next day, still distracted, she was shocked to find Lim Hyun-joon waiting for her outside her office. As he approached, her heart raced, and he asked if he could spare a moment of her time.